Hello everybody! I am making this video to compile my thoughts and feelings that I have toward Portal 2. I started playing the first and second Portal when they first came out, and I have beaten them multiple times, even learning some speedrun strats along the way. I do not have many problems with this game, so this review is going to be short. By no means am I making this to change how you feel about this game. I am going to try and be as objective as possible and avoid the first game. If you like puzzle games with engaging stories, then this game is definitely for you. And if you don't, well, this game might still be for you. This game does not require you to have played the first game in the series to understand what is going on. It merely helps you appreciate the detail and thought that went into this entire series. Puzzle games are not my favorite genre, but this game will hold a special place in my heart. That being said, this game is incredibly accessible to all ages and gamers. Even the most intense pro league gamer can have tons of fun playing, as well as the average casual. If I had to point to a game that was made for a majority of people to enjoy, it would be Portal. In attempt to avoid ranting about how amazing this game truly is, let's get to the review. The story is very simple. You wake up as someone named Shell in an old broken down facility known as Aperture Science. You are freed from your cell once you complete the tutorial of looking around and admiring objects. A large round-shaped robot introduces himself as Wheatley, and you are asked to help him get the facility up and running in exchange for your freedom. You aren't given too many choices in this game, which is fine. This game is telling the story of Chell, and you are not supposed to deviate from that path too much. After you help Wheatley install himself into the mainframe of the facility, you and GLaDOS, the old AI that was in charge before, are sent miles below the facility into the ruins of a forgotten time in the company's past. You are then tasked with figuring out a way to get back toward the surface to confront Wheatley. That's pretty much it for the story, though. There is no unlockables, some secret areas, but not really much to mention. The story is very simple, but very engaging, leaving you wondering more about the surrounding lore and everything around you, which leads me to my next chapter. This game looks gorgeous. Each act has a unique look and feel to it, starting with the decayed, broken down factory look, then moving to the old school Aperture Science look, then ending it with Wheatley being in charge and everything being haphazardly placed with no real plan type of look. This makes it entirely unique from the first game, which mainly had pristine testing rooms. The silence you experience in the first act unless Wheatley is there builds tension very nicely and sets the tone of uncertainty and isolation. The second area that I mentioned has the old CEO of Aperture Science playing pre-recorded messages almost the entire time you are there. This is great for helping the player understand what led to the downfall of this company and makes the player feel like they're uncovering forgotten history. The third and final area makes me feel extremely uneasy, as though the walls could collapse due to negligence at any moment. The music reflects each of these areas perfectly. Having such an iconic soundtrack makes people like me go, "This sounds like something from a Portal game," whenever I hear music that sounds even remotely similar. Even though Chell is a silent protagonist, you do not experience any dissonance. Pretty much everything Chell would do, you would do as well. Having her not talk was the right design choice and added to the overall atmosphere of loneliness and triumphing over those who are against you. All of this makes the player experience very smooth and an absolute blast. Which brings me to my next chapter. The skill gap for this game is very small, as there is not many controls to master or challenges to complete. I would have liked to see more optional objectives for you to complete for each of the campaign levels, but I am satisfied with the amount that we got. The controls are very simple and feel very smooth while you're playing. At no point out of all of my time of playing this game did the character do anything that I did not want it to do. Everything is super responsive. In totality, you can move, look around, shoot an orange portal or a blue portal, jump, and pick things up. The last two mechanics are very rarely used to solve puzzles, so the amount of options is not too vast, so the player doesn't get overwhelmed trying to find the solution. The way that you use those mechanics varies greatly. For example, you have to get across a large gap that has a flat bottom, and the game does not allow you to place a portal on the other side. How do you do it? The game expects you to place one portal at the bottom of the ravine and another one on the wall behind you. This way, you can jump through the one at the bottom and have enough momentum exiting the other to fly across the gap. Since your character has special boots that prevent any fall damage, it makes the possibilities for level design and puzzle solving endless, yet not too difficult to solve. Speaking of building levels, this game allows you to play levels that were built using the Perpetual Testing Initiative, which is a great in-universe way to explain test chambers that were built by fans. I still have a ton of fun playing these test chambers, spending hours upon hours playing these maps that were made by the fans. Some are easier than others, while others are extremely challenging, and some are just downright creative. I've seen boss fights, I've seen racing maps, and I've seen so many creative ideas from this community, it's hard to pick a favorite. There are so many levels that someone in theory could play this till the end of time and still not make a dent in the total amount that has been uploaded. They are always expanding the editor by adding new mechanics that weren't in the base game, constantly making the experience for old players feel new and exciting. This also gives unlimited replayability to the game. Bravo Steam for making such an outstanding community. Funny, because my next chapter is all about This game has a very open community with a variety of different skill levels. This game is practically considered pop culture at this point. Of course, there are some bad apples in this community, but it's mostly filled with good vibes. The love that gamers have for Portal cannot be understated. This game is fairly easy to speedrun as well. This makes it easy for anyone at any skill level to feel included and a sense of belonging. This community has hyper creativity, and it shows. Mods are allowed for this game, which is fantastic for those who like to put in the time to customize their experience. I've never installed any of these mods, so I will be avoiding commenting on them. Just know that this game allows complete mod support, making the possibilities endless. In the end, if I was to rate this game, number 1 being unplayable or extremely insulting to the player's intelligence, and number 10 being a hypothetical perfect game which does not exist, I would rate this game a lower 9 out of 10. This game is extremely potent with an amazing story and tons of community maps. The only reason I did not give a score that is higher is due to some inconsistencies in the mechanics that are in the story mode, but these are few and far between and very difficult to notice. Also, they are lacking certain puzzle mechanics that were in the first game, such as the high energy pellets. Regardless, this game is legendary and will go down in history as one of the best. Thank you all so much for watching. I am trying to make more review content like this, so please don't forget to subscribe and like, as that is the best way to show me that you are enjoying this content and you want more. Please don't forget to comment if you feel I've left anything out. We have a Patreon page. If you feel like supporting even more, Patreon subscribers get special perks and secrets of the channel. All proceeds go toward giveaways for you guys on Twitch. We stream all the time, so don't forget to follow us over on Twitch. I would love to meet each and every single one of you in my chat. Keep on being your best and striving for a better tomorrow, folks.